Can you hear me?
What the fuck? What are we doing? What day is it?
Philly sports, love and pain. I'm Dave. This is Kenny.
I'm
I'm telling you,
sad.
this new platform it has me all fucked up. Anyway, um,
I murdered my dog. She gone.
you
Semper
did,
Fi.
yeah. Sometimes it's just the way it needs to go. It needs to be.
She had cancer. It was rapidly eating her body to shreds.
You
So I
know,
took what little dignity I had and paid a lot of money to have her murdered in my own house.
yeah. When you put it that way,
Yeah, it sucked. Never, honestly, fuck having dogs. It's not worth it. All right, moving on.
to what?
The gabagool grabbing the baseball is probably a top 5 moment for me right now.
I've never seen. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I
So
mean,
so
it
if
was
you guys so if you guys haven't seen it, on the World Series Game 4 tonight, Mookie Betts was making a play on a foul ball in foul territory. He went up, made the catch, and his glove like went over the fence, like into the crowd. And these two jabronis in the front row
no,
grabbed
no, no. Call them what they are.
gabagools, as Kenny
Thank
calls them.
you.
These two gabagools, um, you know, one of them grabs Mookie's arm. The other guy grabbed his gabagool, grabbed his glove, and they're like peeling his glove open like it's. I, that was the
My-
most weirdest thing I've ever seen, man.
I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire life.
How good is Freddie Freeman though? Oh my god.
I mean, he saved his best act for the last round, so make it make sense.
You know,
Although
it's kind of funny. It's kind of
I
funny
think he's
watching the
healed,
Braves.
right?
It's what?
He's healed.
He's healed?
Yeah, he had
I mean, he
that.
looks pretty fine to me.
He had those ligament issues in his ankle or his foot that were causing him issues.
Yeah, I
But I
think
think this is the first series that he's like 100%, or
that
close to it.
he looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Um, this has been a terrible World Series, though, to be honest.
One of the worst ones I think I've ever seen.
Like as a fan, like as a baseball fan or whatever, like this is just non-competitive, and it's kind of shocking actually
Is this what
because
the Phillies looked like in '09?
I don't remember them being this non-competitive, but I probably block out '09, because I had '08,
Yeah.
I probably block out like how terrible '09 was. Because obviously there was a lot of bad that happened in '09 and then 10 and then 11. Whew, you know,
11. 11 was a decade stretch.
that was the beginning of yeah, that was the beginning of the end, really.
Yeah.
That was the DS loss.
Sniper on the roof. Achilles snap.
Sniper on the roof in the Cardinals series. Uh,
It's
that's
always
just.
them.
I think the Phillies lost that. I think the Phillies lost that World Series against the Yankees in 6.
They
So at
did.
least, yeah. So at least they fought a little bit. I think they won Game 1.
They did.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta go back and revisit that because I really don't remember.
I think it was Cliff Lee, right?
It was. I just looked it up. So it was Cliff Lee versus CC.
We always beat CC's dumb
I know.
ass.
I know we did. Yeah, it was Cliff Lee over CC, and then they lost Game 2.
Roy, like
That
what?
was
1-0
that was AJ Burnett.
for
Three
us.
3-1. No, for the Yankees.
Them, yeah.
And then they also lost Game 3. That was Andy Pettit.
Of course it was.
And then Lidge blew Game 4.
Huh? Noticing a trend.
And then Cliff Lee, stud, comes back. Game 5, gets another dub. And then they lose it in 6 to
Who
Andy
started
Pettit.
that?
Let's see. It was Andy Pettit versus Pedro Martinez.
That's right. He didn't pitch poorly at all.
No, he didn't. They don't have the box score in here for Pedro. It's kind of weird. Um, oh, here you go. 4 innings, 4 earned. That's not amazing, But
No, it's not.
he had a pretty good year that year though. So
Also, it was like that team was stacked. Jeter, A-Rod.
yes, yes, it was nasty. Nick Swisher.
All right, enough baseball. Give the people what they want.
Enough baseball.
Flyers.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Did the Eagles turn a corner?
Oh, I thought we were gonna do the Flyers.
I thought we were going to do the Eagles.
Yeah, that makes more sense. It's more
Now, we're
fun.
not going to talk about the Flyers for like another 3 years.
No, fuck the
Then
Flyers. No,
and then
I mean that with love. I mean that with love, people. Wait, real quick. When I went on Fox, I said that CJGJ was gonna get an interception.
you did?
I did.
You called a CJ interception and it happened?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What it do, baby boy? Huh?
What is that? All
I don't
right.
know. I don't know.
That's
I'll
impressive.
tell you what. They're back, baby.
I'm supposed to go down to Fox next Monday.
Yeah, you'll fuck it up.
Hope not, but
If they need to bring in the ringer, the closer,
Get warmed up.
yeah, get it warmed up.
You think they're back? You're calling the Eagles back?
No, but I am very comfortable. I'm more comfortable than I was.
I will say this. That game on Sunday was probably the most fun football game that the Eagles have given us in
Since 2022 Super Bowl.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, like middle of last year was kind of fun.
The
Bills game was fun.
Yeah, the Bills game was a lot of fun, and so was honestly Miami.
Yeah. So like, if you go back to Miami, Bills, like in that time frame, I feel
Kansas City.
This game was like the best performance that they've had since then. And I'm not really talking about
how
the first quarter because our group chat was on fire with the third down conversions.
I mean, I've never seen nothing like that in my entire life. It's not even like the conversion rate. I think I'm okay with conversion rate.
Yeah, but it was like any
3rd and 19.
It was any distance they were getting it.
Really frustrating there, but hey, you try not to overreact, and I guess we have nothing but to do that. I guess in a way, but listen, if Hurts is gonna play like that, they can win a Super Bowl, man, with ease.
With ease?
Well, besides Kansas City and the refs, I mean, other than that. So who the Lions on the NFC, right?
Hold on. We need to pump the brakes a little bit here, right?
What? If they run the ball 40 times and do exactly what they did on offense, there's no reason that they can't be. And honestly, I think we're near time to maybe Slay ain't it.
All right, so hold on. That's a lot of different topics, right? So let's talk about you think that they're a contender. So I think they're definitely a contender. To not say they're a contender is kind of stupid, but
agreed.
Like where do you think they fall? Where do you think they fall in like the power rankings or in in the NFC?
2, 3.
Okay.
The NFC ain't good.
No, I think that's actually fair. Actually,
I mean the Lions are definitely the team to beat. The Vikings, all you fucking people that were like, "Oh, the Vikings are good. The Vikings are good." The Vikings are fucking trash. They will always be fucking trash.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold doesn't just magically suck at football for a decade and then come out and be like the greatest thing to ever happen. Bears, beatable. Commanders, they're not that fucking good. They barely beat the Bears. And honestly, they barely beat a couple other teams this year. So, Commanders.
Listen, hold on.
They're fine.
The Commanders are pretty good, though.
I know. I'm just saying, like, are you worried about the Commanders?
No.
In an NFC championship game, are you worried about the Commanders?
No.
Absolutely not. And honestly, when's that pumpkin going to come back around?
Well, here's the thing, though. You're kind of discounting the Niners. And I think everybody is. I think everybody's kind of counting the Niners out. But I don't think they should be.
I think Christian McCaffrey gets hurt week 10.
Maybe.
I think that thing ruptures.
But why him and not Saquon? And I'm just playing devil's advocate, but like why?
Bro, Achilles don't heal in a magical fucking 7 to 8 week
Well, he doesn't. He
period.
never. He did. He has Achilles tendonitis, right?
Yeah, and as a man with plantar fasciitis, I can tell you that shit does not just fucking heal. I've been going on a fucking year and a half. I'm telling you, that thing is in trouble. It's in trouble. It's overusage. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, that thing's gonna look like a fucking rubber band that's overstretched.
I know, and that's you're not wrong. So, but what about the Lions?
Well, they scare the shit out of me, and they should,
I
right?
mean, the Lions.
Especially
The Lions are legit. They
Jar-
are.
J-
They're good.
Jared Goff's playing MVP football.
He is, and he'll not. He will not even be in the conversation, which is fucked up because he should be.
Yeah,
But
no, agreed.
the
Well, look,
Lions.
did David Montgomery get hurt? Did I read that? I think he did.
I think he did. I think he did.
So that's good. Not for him, but for us. I mean, Laporta's coming around a little bit. We'll see what that turns into. But I really don't think Laporta's some like Gronkowski. I think he's a very, he's a good tight end. I'm not saying he's not good. But I
Right.
don't think he's like, scorched the earth Tony Gonzalez good.
Right.
So then that leaves you with Gibbs. And Gibbs is good. He's fast, but he's not an every down back. I don't know who the backup would be.
He's
The wide
good,
receivers.
Gibbs is good.
I know. Their wide receiver has gun issues.
St. Brown.
No, Jameson Williams got pulled over with an unregistered pistol today.
I saw that, but St. Brown's their guy though.
Yeah, but I mean, if they don't have the other pieces, he's not as like look what happened to
I
Devontae
got you.
Smith
I got you.
without
So you're
AJ
saying
Brown.
you're saying kind of knocks him down a peg. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I
But
mean,
he's only going to get suspended for like 4 games.
if that. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal, but it allows you to kind of maybe, hopefully, try to get in there for home field.
And they're missing Hutchinson too.
He ain't coming back.
No.
And if he comes back for a Super Bowl, he'll make noise, but he's not gonna be able to like be Hutchinson in the Super Bowl.
No.
I don't know, man. The Lions are good. They're fine. I mean, but they are the Lions, and the Lions will always lion.
Yeah, but but all I'm saying is like, if it came like you just brought up the if it's an NFC championship game, right? And it's between the Eagles and the Lions. That's a whole different ball of wax, right? Because
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because the Lions have been there and the Lions are fucking hungry. And
Yeah.
that's a tough game if the Eagles get that far. It is. And I'm not saying that they will.
No, I don't think it's
But
a foregone conclusion, but it seems like Nick and Kellen and Jalen and have figured out that, hey, we want to run this ball. That's huge.
well, it seems like we said a couple weeks ago that they have gone back to the tape and they have watched 2022 and they are like, all right,
we're going to run this motherfucker.
this is what we can do.
Yeah.
And he does it really fucking well, man. Jalen Hurts is such a weird subject because he's good, but he's not traditional. Like he's athletic as fuck. He's got great ability. That ball that he threw to Smitty on that was a great throw. Great throw.
You did not like it originally.
I hated it in the moment because I saw him arching back, and then I saw the ball fucking wobbling in the air like a punt.
59.4.
Yeah,
air
it was
yards.
over 59 air yards, and that was his longest throw in the NFL.
It was pretty. In a basket.
Right in the basket.
Hell of a catch. Hell of a fucking catch.
Great play.
Honestly. No, the Eagles, they got a tight end problem. I don't know who they can get though. I don't even know who's on the chopping block. I don't even know who's gonna. Maybe the Jaguars. Maybe you could get what's his name from the Giants that went to the Everett or Ingram.
Ingram.
I mean, he would be a nice little pickup if you can grab him.
What are they gonna do?
Well, I think Calcaterra is fine. I mean, listen, he's posting numbers, right? I mean, it's not like he's like poor, but he's not your guy. Like, I don't want to go into an NFC championship with that fucking tight end room.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. Like this was like one of your number one concerns going into the season.
Yeah.
The whole tight end thin fucking roster at tight
And
end.
so, like, we've seen enough of him, right?
Yeah,
Like, what are we?
I've seen enough.
It's so
What's the
funny to
latest
me.
on Goddard? What have you heard about it?
Nothing, which is always terrifying. And
It's
also,
always
like,
bad.
they got that fucking Albert guy, and they got CJ Uzma. Like, we can't get any of these guys, like,
The Albert
any kind
guy.
of rep over Stoll.
I mean, Stoll must be decent at something.
Is it
It,
blocking?
it ain't running routes.
Nah, he looks like a baby penguin trying to
Yeah.
figure it out.
No, he looks like Stanton trying to run the bases.
Oh my god, that was so fucking funny.
Sorry, baseball's on, so it keeps on creeping.
I don't know. I mean, Mulata's gonna come back. That's gonna help. Although the Lions are playing really good. I mean, you can't really complain, right?
Well, so
I mean,
this
you
is
can.
this is one of the things. Like when it comes to like offensive line play, right? Specifically, it's and this is going to sound a little ridiculous, but it's easier to run the ball than it is to pass the ball when it comes from a line perspective. Run blocking is a different skill, but it's a little easier because there's less variation. There's less variables involved. I feel like. So, if anything, when your team starts losing offensive linemen or when you're on backups and all that kind of shit, running the ball is actually better for the offensive
Yeah.
line. So this plays right into their hands.
Well, again, and we talked about this. I think it was like week 3 or 4 with Fred Johnson. Like, looked
Yeah.
like booty cheeks on the pass block, but hell of a fucking run block. Listen, whatever they're doing, just keep fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that needs to happen. And it's crazy to me is that, like, they really should have beat the Falcons, so they're sitting at 6-1,
I mean, they're one catch away from beating the Falcons,
and they're also.
or one play, even if
And you're
whatever.
not gonna like this, so people might get mad at me, but they're also one Jalen Hurts fumble away from at least tying the Buccaneers. I mean, taking the lead. I don't think they win. I don't really know what happens if they score there, but they're one Jalen fumble away from taking the lead there with like 7 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah, but are they one Jalen fumble away from winning a Super Bowl?
I get it. I mean, I'm not saying it's like ball or anything like that. I'm just saying like
You're right.
maybe
It's that close. Like it's that close. Like
it is, and maybe we were like I
we're
mean, we
looking at
definitely
this team like they're a piece of shit, but at the end of the day, you know, I mean,
they've been.
they're literally 2 plays away from being undefeated, which is not. I mean, most teams can't say that.
I don't know. Maybe we were too hard on them. I mean, we've been through a lot as fans.
Well, and I definitely think that I was going to bring this up actually before we go over to the defense. I think that especially for us in Philly right now, like there's definitely some pain, some recency pain that's like trickling in.
It's dark.
It's trickling into every season,
I
right? Like
mean,
from the previous team. Like it's
what was that thing I used to say all the time? And people would be like, dude, you say it. Was it I mean, or was it like? It was I mean. It was I mean.
it
Yeah.
was. I mean,
I mean, look, the Sixers are unfucking watchable. And if you have the Sixers on, you're a fucking psychopath. Here's the Sixers have to prove it to me before I will even entertain their bullshit. The Flyers, we talked about this 510 times. They overachieved, in which we knew was a delicate, dangerous game, especially
yes,
in this fucking city. You know what I
100%.
mean? So like, I knew this was gonna happen. I didn't want. I told my wife this, and I said people are gonna be very upset with the Flyers this year because they're not gonna. They're gonna be bottom dwellers. They're not gonna do what they did last year. And then,
They could get lucky, but it's not looking good.
no, I mean they're trash.
Are they
We got
winning right now? They're still
yeah.
up
Wait,
1-0 over the Bruins.
they play Hextall. The Hextall Bowl is what tomorrow?
Oh, they got back to back.
I think they play the Pens.
Okay.
Um, talk about a guy that ruined 2 franchises. Piece of shit. Um,
But it's a good point though that you bring up, like about being or were we a little quick on the gun with
Abso-fucking-lutely.
and I mean that's what we do though. That's not abnormal. Like that part
That's
isn't
fanhood.
abnormal.
That's
Yeah,
fanhood.
especially around here. It just is.
Here's the problem. And Jay doesn't want Jay I probably would still believe would argue with us that no preseason is fine, right? But the NFL as a whole has taken to this point where they go the first 4 weeks are almost I mean it basically is preseason. I mean every team looks like shit these first 4 weeks and then it starts to slowly make sense
Right, but
because no one takes
so
that shit seriously.
right, but then the argument then on especially on Jay's behalf and on Jay's side, right, is that okay? Then if everyone does it, then it's just preseason and it's everybody's in the same boat.
But here's the thing. Teams on the first 4 weeks that have an easy schedule fucking jump out the gate right away, right? And teams that have what you would argue a more difficult schedule, which I'm not saying the Eagles here, there, nor there, whatever, but like, if you're lining up and look at like, well, it's funny because like the Cowboys got completely fucked, right? Because they get Saints and the Saints, week 1 and the Saints put up 1,005 points.
The Cowboys have had a tough schedule so far.
And that's my whole point, right? They weren't gelling, they weren't getting it together, but you got teams that, have an easier in the beginning, and like no one expects Miami to lose, to a Tagovailoa for 1,000 fucking years, and that guy's a motherfucker, dude.
Who?
Wear the fucking Guardian cap, you fucking goofy bitch. Listen, I know it's 9 to 11%. I get it. But I'm as sure as hell taking my chances.
I mean, at this point, he needs to wear. I mean, honestly, dude, like the NFL should mandate that he wears it. That he is literally flirting with death right now.
I think you could argue.
Like that dude has had so many concussions that the lights go out. Like with the flick, like a flick, you fucking flick him in his head, the lights go out.
Well, and the thing is like they should do some kind of rule where like if you get 2 concussions, it's Guardian time.
Yeah, 100. Yes, there's no reason not to. No, none. And
It's
those Guardian caps don't. The Guardian caps don't even look that bad from far away. Like when you're watching like the side angle from the TV. It doesn't
of course. But I mean, that's like saying
What?
Never mind. I can't say.
Wow, something that you can't say on here. That's pretty, it must be pretty bad.
Rare. I'm up for a new role. You're gonna have to be censored, Kenny. Now. Shit. No, but I mean, like honestly, that's like like when you were younger and you were at the bar and you like look at the chick from afar and you're like, she's fucking hot, and then you get closer and you're like, wolf, still gonna go home with you, but wolf.
You mean that's what she was saying about you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure. I just happened to catch one. I don't know how.
It's because it wasn't at a bar.
Yeah, it was at a Wegmans parking lot.
Hot.
Yeah, it was hot. I knew then. I said, I don't even care.
In honor of this story, Kenny, we have 69 live viewers right now. 69.
Nice.
I just had to put that out there.
No, I get. I'm weary about the NFL as a whole. I mean, I know the product's not going anywhere and they're going to be here forever, but I think some changes need to happen in the preseason. I don't know how you do it. Like, can you mandate people to play? And then, what happens? Like, Hurts tears his ACL in week 1 of preseason because you told him he has to play. You know what I'm trying to say? So,
no, honestly, you know what you do? Get rid of it.
As a whole and just let the season kind of stink for the first 4 weeks?
No, you just get rid of it. And you let the teams schedule scrimmages, which they already do anyway.
Yeah.
And you just.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the preseason, right? And again, this doesn't impact me, you, or any other fan across the United States. Maybe a little bit. Like you have those diehard fans, but like it sets your roster, right? Like I see who's busting their ass during preseason as a
Yeah.
coaching staff.
Listen,
I don't fucking care.
we're just shooting the breeze right now. They are not going to get rid of fucking preseason
No,
football. They will
it's
not do
money.
it.
It's fucking
Yes,
money.
100% it's money. And if they got rid of preseason football, then they're going to raise the ticket prices by fucking $50 a game or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're
So
totally, it's staying, but
it ain't
I don't
going
know how
nowhere.
they tweak it. I just think the product in the NFL, and it's been proven. I don't care what anyone says. The last 3 or 4 years out of the gate has looked like kind of shit. But I want to get back to like talking about who we think in the NFC is like good. Like I don't know, man. The Niners, they're all dropping like flies.
They are very hurt. They are
And
very hurt.
Debo's so interesting, right? Like I think I understand his role, but I don't understand his role. Like
Shanahan's offense is weird, man.
he's not a pure route running wide receiver. He can't do it. Agreed?
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. He's kind of like a
He's a gadget player, which
he's a but he's like a really advanced gadget player.
correct. Yeah.
Like you know what he reminds me of, like the elite top level version of the tight end from Penn State, Warren.
Mm.
Like he's the elite top end version of that player. Minus the quarterback part.
Can you win with that? I mean,
Yeah, I think you can.
well, they have other complementary pieces. I'll tell you what, though, Brock Purdy has regressed.
Well, I mean, come on. You want to talk about not having weapons? My God,
I mean,
they've
yeah,
had
and
nobody.
we've been a big fan, and we've been saying this since the start of time. Like, I'm never gonna punish a quarterback's ability to be a quarterback because of what's around him. Like, if he's got elite talent around him, then he's a good quarterback, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yes,
the
yes.
team structure, whatever they structure
Just like
around
Jalen Hurts, like people giving shit.
100%.
Oh yeah, he's got AJ Brown, and well, dude, okay, but he's still fucking getting the ball to him. It's like, all right,
And that's like that argument is silly. And I almost just went against everything I believed on that, and I almost just ripped old Brocky. But
well, I mean, listen, I have not watched every game that they've played. I have seen
I've
little.
watched every prime time, which has been a fucking
Yeah,
shit ton.
I have. I've seen their primetime games too.
And
Not
they
every.
just get fucking boots the ass.
Yeah, the last one was the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, and that was
That game was boring in the beginning.
it fucking sucked.
Yeah, but they
I'll
barely,
be honest
they
with you.
lost to the Chiefs by 10. They beat the Seahawks. They
The
lost
Seahawks are
to
not good.
they lost to Arizona, which is that's a
Yeah,
by
but and this is
by
the
one
whole
point. But
shit.
that was on the field goal, last second field goal, right?
And here's the shit about that is like people love to downplay like divisional games that they don't fucking matter and that the players don't care and blah 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 blah. You
They
do fucking
they
care.
matter the most.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, with Slay saying that, oh, it didn't matter, like, everyone would be like, well, only people that care about rivalries are, the fans. But like, bro, it's one extra game a year against the same team. You're gonna fucking have a different level
Yeah, there's a
of
different level of
emotion or
yeah.
hate
You're
or
a little
whatever it
more
is.
right. You're a little more familiar. There's a little more. There's a little more shit going on. Like even like think about even when you were like a kid, and you're like out in the yard, fucking playing with your friends, like your best fucking friends, and you will sometimes get into almost literally fist fights.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it doesn't matter that you're friends. It's just So
It's
like
how it works.
I feel like it's like the same kind of thing. Like
You
yeah,
get your
okay.
competitive juices going, and it's fucking game
And
on.
you know what? Is he just I've so you brought this up a little earlier. And I wonder, I want to see what you think. Do you think Slay's just old? And he's like not just like I'm not really talking about like his abilities or like any of that type of shit. I'm talking about his mentality. Like is he an old head at this point?
Yeah, like I mean, he absolutely is walking around that locker room as the old head, like Brandon Graham level, right? But I mean, not trying to compare that. Like you guys understand that, I hope.
Yeah.
You would never compare those two. But yeah, I think he's doing exactly that, and like he's leaning into the mentor role, and I don't. listen, again, like we can say what we want to say about, oh, he's on a podcast and he's
Grand
doing
Slam.
this and he's who?
Grand Slam Yankees.
Fuck who?
Volpe.
I knew it was gonna be that fucking bitch.
Yeah.
4-2.
5-2.
So they had another run.
This inning has been a complete shit show. They hit two dudes. One of them was Stanton, but he kind of like swung at the same time, so it didn't count. It was a whole fucking shit. Judge got hit in the hand, so I don't know how he's gonna be doing.
I'm sure Yankee fans celebrate it.
The Yankee fan give him all Bronx cheer when he gets popped in the hand. No, so yeah, that was a pretty good homer, actually.
I think that.
I mean, this series is over, but yeah.
Well, no, they needed to go one more game.
Well, the Dodgers fucking put out a fucking rookie today. They basically said, here, just like if you guys want to win one, here's your game.
Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, the Slay thing is interesting because like I understand. I'm getting more and more torn towards the other side, but I just feel like I don't think his play has been that bad. I really don't. I don't look at anything and I go, oh, that's Devontae Maddox bad, or you know what I mean? Oh, that's Brandon Fletcher bad, or Byron Maxwell bad. Like I think he's playing really well. I think I'm starting to realize like he's kind of a fucking goofy guy. Like, and goofy guys, while they are needed, it's probably not the right position to be a goofy guy, right?
Not in Philly.
Nah, yeah, because like
no, it could probably work in other places, but in Philly, like we need you to be eating like raw hamburger meat and being just like a fucking animal, dude.
Like Brandon Graham is a goofy guy, but that position is supposed to be a goofy fucking guy.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes,
like Jason Kelsey, goofy guy. That position's goofy. I don't want my secondary goofy because too much relies on that goofy ass shit.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Actually,
I wanted to give Blankenship like his due because he's been playing really fucking well. I know people want to get on CJGJ for missing tackles. I don't fucking care. Because if it's getting to CJGJ...
Of all things to not care about, this guy over here talking mad shit on Nakobe Dean.
No,
fucking mad shit on Nakobe Dean for not making tackles, and he's okay with CJ not making tackles.
CJ
I know. He's a linebacker. I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of sets the tone for tackling, you fucker.
Yes. Yeah, I get it.
I can think of one play where CJGJ missed and whiffed, and they scored a touchdown. But my thing is like, they're one-on-one, so, like, he's not... If he loses that, he's scoring anyway. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like, I don't know. I just feel like the secondary is, like, pretty complete, and, like, Slay's goofy behavior brings me into an interesting area.
So listen to this fucking stat. In the NFL, as far as PFF is concerned, which they are better now, like their shit gets better as like the season goes on, you know? The first couple weeks it's like bullshit.
Well, yeah, of course. There's not enough sample.
Yeah, their data gets much better obviously as the season goes on. So, of all cornerbacks with more than 90 snaps. All right? So, more than 90 snaps. The number one cornerback in coverage.
It's Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean.
Yeah. And listen, like, it's I like using this a lot because like I think it it matters when you're going from literal fucking poo water, when you're going from poo water to like that tackle. I texted you,
dude. Both of those
tackle,
both of them. He saved the touchdown too on the other tackle.
Yeah, but the Jamar Chase tackle on
the Chase tackle was. Oof.
Bro, that was one of the nicest tackles I've ever seen a corner make one-on-one in space where that guy can go left or right because it's wide open, you know what I mean? And he sticks his fucking leg into the ground.
Incredible tackle.
Yeah, it was a fucking incredible play.
You know who the Eagles' next best cover guy is, cornerback?
Quinion?
Slay.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to everyone when it's like, doesn't matter. I don't fucking know. All I know is that they're still winning, but he has been hurt. He's left the last 2 games, not
I
come
know,
back.
I know, and
Rodgers,
I will say, man, the defense looks really good when they got all the young guys in there.
which is crazy, right? Like, because you don't expect that, and like Rodgers, I feel like, and I feel like when you get consistent Rodgers play, I feel like offenses are gonna kind of pick on him. I feel like he's getting the benefit of the doubt because he's coming in and like, everyone's like, "Who the fuck?" He's special teamers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I'm not saying he's not very good. I just think once the tape's out on him, I think you're gonna see a little. You might be going, "Oh, I wish Slay was the corner." You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah. And it's the same. It could be it could be a similar thing with Cooper. I don't think it is. I think
Nah.
Cooper's better. But like I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, all right, man, I really want to see these young dudes like play more. And
Yeah.
it's a fine balance, right? Because like you said, Slay's not say what you want about him. He's not he's
He's
not a
not
slouch
bad.
out there. He's
No.
handling his shit for the most part. And there's something to be said about that. And he should be like we should acknowledge that. Like everybody, is really quick he's got the target all the time. Everybody's really
Because
quick to
he's goofy.
I know. So everybody's really quick to like throw darts at fucking Slay. But, he's handling his shit. He really is. And he can't even there's nothing he can't come out and be like, well, I'm playing pretty good. Like because if he'd said that, people would be like, oh, listen to this fucking
He already did it though,
well, yeah, he tried that already and it didn't
and it
fucking
did not go well.
it
Which you know it's
backfired.
not going
And
to
then
go
and then
fucking
he
well here.
apologized to,
Yeah, and rightfully so. He should apologize. Like no one gives a fuck what you did, buddy. It's how you looked against whoever. Well, fucking Drake London. You know, I just
yeah,
here's the best
he
thing.
should have just said, yeah, you know what? Listen, we gave up a fucking touchdown there. It sucked.
The quarterback is also my responsibility. You know what I mean? So like that's why I got froze up in the moment, and that literally will throw Maddox under the bus because he's a fucking dumbass. Um, here's the
You
best thing for the
you can't
Eagles.
stand him. It's so funny.
I don't think he was ever good. Um, if Slay misses 2 or 3 games to see what you have in Rodgers, right?
Yes.
I think that's the best thing. And I mean this like with relativity and grains of salt all over you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's the right thing, but if you really want to know if Rodgers is good enough, he needs to play 3 straight games and see what the offense can do when they're planning for him instead of Slay. I mean, right now,
Yeah, I mean he had one target, I think, this week.
yeah, I mean it's just not enough.
Yeah.
But the Bengals were all intensive purposes defeated. They were cooked. You know, once the D's kind of settled in and decided to play some fucking football, the pass rush is there now. I think I've seen Huff a lot more. You know what I mean? I'm seeing a lot of Huff. I'm seeing a lot of Smith. I'm seeing a lot of N'Kobe, who I owe an apology to.
Huff is getting a
Getting there.
little bit more pressure.
Yep.
He's still not really getting there, but he's doing in my opinion, he's doing like enough now where he's actually causing a problem.
He's like that Always Sunny episode where they put the cats in the wall to flush out the rats. He's the cat who put it on the wall, and then
Yes. That's the best
Charlie,
analogy ever.
yeah, and Charlie's the defensive lineman eating up the sacks at this point.
That's exactly.
Um, so dude, you gotta like what you see so far. I mean, overall, I think we were a little all too critical.
When you step back and
Yeah,
look at the whole picture, yes. But I will say though, you know, people are I just I always think that like with stuff like this with the NFL because it's like you said, it's hard to win every week. It almost doesn't matter who you play. Getting a
the
win is
Browns
hard.
just beat the Ravens.
Yeah, so like it's hard to win, right? It's also really hard to just keep winning. So
Yep.
like, be ready because they're gonna drop a fucking stink bomb on us somewhere in here, and it's
The
gonna happen. And you just hope that it doesn't happen to the Cowboys or the Commanders because you want those games. You need those games,
You definitely need the Commanders games this year.
especially at home. Especially at home, you can't lose those games.
Here's the thing. As long as the Eagles don't end the season the same way they did last year, I think it's not a big fucking deal.
Is that even possible?
it would be impressive. And honestly, we should keep him as a head coach because that's consistency, baby. Um, and also, I wanted to bring up this, and you can bring us back and forth, as you see fit. This Dotson trade thing is so LOL funny to me because, like, you see all these old veterans on like $9 million contracts, $10 million contracts, $30 million contracts getting traded for fucking fifth and sixth, and people are like, "Oh, this looks like a fucking terrible miss." You know what I mean? Yada yada yada. Listen, we got a guy on a rookie fucking deal. We're not paying him anything. You got to pay a little bit more for those guys on rookie deals because you don't have to worry about the cap space with it.
Yeah, and it's a higher value. It's a higher value contract to grab because, like you said, it doesn't hurt you.
No, and honestly, I feel like he's doing the things he needs to do. He's just not getting the ball. Which
No, and that's
show me, show me the life hack that change. Show me in this offense where he sneaks in. Like I'm not even trying to be like I'm not even trying to be a goofy guy. You got AJ Brown, you got Smith,
no.
you got
Show
Parker,
listen,
you
hold
got
on.
Goddard.
Show me any offense in the league that gets 75 yards to their wide receiver 3. Like it's not happening. It's just not happening.
I think a good wide receiver 3 game is like 3 or 4 catches for
For
38
30
to
or 40
40.
yards. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And you know what? They're not going to get that because there's so many other fucking people
They're not
eating.
going to get that because he doesn't throw that much right now.
No, yeah,
Which
exactly.
is fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't need.
Yes, it's
We
winning.
don't need Jalen Hurts out there fucking throwing 40 passes. No. We need Jalen
Agreed.
Hurts throwing 18, 22, 25.
Oh, I just love when he runs now. I just love it. I feel like he's got that like maybe
I think he's confident.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? And then we talked about this. It was like just string a couple along, get a couple wins under your fucking belt, and feel good about it. The turnover thing is always going to be the fucking thing. If they can win the turnover battle, they can hang with almost everyone.
Yes.
And that includes the Lions. That includes the Chiefs. Look, I know the Chiefs are 6-0, and they look, and for most part, they look, fantastic.
It's hard to ding the Chiefs. It is what it is.
But they're not blowing everyone out. Like they're not like
No, they're just winning.
Yeah, exactly. And they win pretty. They win nicely. They don't have Mahomes looks like shit. And I mean that as far as like the Mahomes we know from like all the years before. This Mahomes is the worst Mahomes we've seen in the NFL.
Okay.
So my point is that they're beatable. They have a favorable schedule.
Well, they're 7-0. 5 of their wins are by 7 or less.
That's what I'm trying to say, Jelly Bean.
Yes, sir.
Now that's not 5 or
it's still
or
win. Win's a win. But
yeah, but it's not 5 wins of 28 or more, or 21 or 14.
But the one thing we need to like acknowledge though is the teams they beat. Like, they've beaten the Ravens, they've beaten the Bengals, which okay, so did we. They beat the Falcons. They beat the Chargers, which is whatever.
Divisional.
They beat the Saints. They beat the Niners, which
that Niners win was pretty impressive though. Like I mean, they
that was one of the big ones. Yeah, that was a big one.
That was from start to finish. I mean, they embarrassed them.
Yeah,
but they struggled with the Raiders again. Divisional game, I get it, but
yep.
I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
That's where we are, though. That's where we are in the season, right? We're at that time in the season where it's like, they're pretty good. I mean, it's where you can actually ever think that 7-0 is like, all right, yeah, they're 7-0. It's like it's not like it's like a big deal. It's weird. It's weird.
You just need them, like honestly, like what needs to happen for the rest of the NFL is they need to go for they need to lose 2 out of 3. Something silly. You know what I mean? Like something to give everyone else hope. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that would go a long way for some of these, other teams competing.
Their odds to win the Super Bowl is what's crazy to me.
What is it?
And it's like, so on PFF, they do a pretty good job with projections. So I'll just say this: the second place team with Super Bowl odds is Detroit, and
Okay.
they're at 12%.
And what are they at? Chiefs.
The Chiefs are at 23.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
That's to win the Super Bowl, right?
That's to win the Super Bowl. They're basically 100% to make the playoffs, 93% to win the division, 40% to win the conference, 23% to win the Super Bowl.
So, and this is my whole entire argument about like being 25% good, the or 25% to win the Super Bowl. The AFC stinks. You have way less, of difficult opponents to get to the dance.
Well, it's the same teams too. I mean, it's Kansas City, it's Buffalo, it's Baltimore, it's Houston,
And listen.
and Houston's a newcomer. You
They're
know,
not fucking. Houston ain't doing shit. All right.
no, I'm just saying that's the top four, right?
I agree. Yeah,
And
but that's yeah. I mean,
would you even venture to put Pittsburgh like in on the edge because they have a good defense? They have a
stop
good
it.
defense.
I know that, but like Russell Wilson's gonna Russell Wilson here.
Listen, he had a nice ball he threw last night to Pickens. It was really nice, right in the basket.
Yawn. Pittsburgh don't scare me.
I get it. I understand why you say that, but they're not bad, and they're making some
No,
noise.
they're good. They're good. They're a good team, but they feel like remember that year that they went like 11-0, then they kind of skid out, and
Well,
then
their problem
the-
is they have the hardest schedule left.
yeah, that's why.
That's not good for them.
Fine, put them in the list. But I mean, you can also put the Bengals in the list too because I think the Bengals can still figure it out. They're like a T Higgins away. They're consistency away as like everyone's playing.
Well,
So
Joe Burrow's a game changer. Like at the end of the day, like he can, he's on par with Mahomes, Allen, Jackson.
yeah, for sure.
He's in that echelon of game changers. Like he can, you know. Um, yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting to see what it's going to be. I'm glad that the Eagles are starting to figure their shit out. I'm glad that they're realizing that they need to use Saquon Barkley and they need to go back to 2022. I think it's funny as shit that everyone was blaming Nick because they thought that he was calling plays, but in reality, I kind of wonder if it wasn't that at all.
Well, here's the thing with Nick. And I'm not, I don't know this to be true, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Um, when you're the fall guy, it makes you look silly, right? When you're the guy that comes out and says, "Oh, this is my team. I decided this. I decided that." Like at some point, we know that you're just lying to us, and I think that's where the frustration is with Nick. Is that like again? It's one of my favorite lines of all time. Is like, "Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining," because like we're not I think people get confused. Like we're not a dumb fan base. You know what I mean? Like we're knowledgeable. We know what we're
Well,
talking about. We know what we see.
I
I mean,
just,
shit. That fucking guy from Crossing Broad that named the whole entire
oh
team that
my
beat the
God.
Bengals.
I couldn't believe that.
And I don't. I was just thinking, like, could they have staged that? I guess, but that would
No,
have been
he
the most.
wasn't. He wasn't from Crossing Broad. He was just a fan. I thought.
No. I know that. I'm saying, like,
Oh yeah, it was on their page. Yeah, all right.
yeah, that's what I meant. To give context, at least. Like, I guess he could have probably Googled it beforehand and then nailed it, but there's no fucking way. That guy knew. So like, that's my whole point about this fan base is like we're smart, so we don't really appreciate the pandering and the games. Just it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we'll be okay. We're gonna whine, we're gonna bitch, we're gonna moan, but like you got our back, we got your back, kind of thing. And I feel
Exactly.
like Nick doesn't, and it's not that he doesn't realize it. He's just trying to protect too many fucking people at one time.
Well, and it's funny because like you talk about like the fans being smart and not being fucking dumb, and we know what the fuck's going on, that kind of thing. The Sixers it sounds like, are trying to pull some shit on the fan base. What are you guys doing?
I hate the Sixers. I hope they
What
fucking burn.
what are they doing? Listen, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, man, and I'm really trying to like, see what happens and whatever. But like, first of all, we don't see what happens because nothing's happening. No one's playing. You know, and
If
now
the
they're getting
NBA is
fined.
fining you, if the NBA is coming out and rightfully fining you, you're doing sneaky shit. All right, they're
They're
not just
doing
gonna
something.
fine you.
Something's fucking sneaky, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is happening. But all I know is that the last game in the Olympics was almost 3 months ago.
You know what's gonna be really funny
Three
is
months.
if they're preserving Embiid these fucking 10 games or 7 games or whatever it's going to be to quote unquote make sure he makes it in the playoffs and then he gets hurt, it will be the biggest laugh in the face of all time. Through all of the Sixers, it will be the funniest fucking thing because they deserve it. They deserve it. They're so laughable, dude. You know, it even goes back to like signing Tobias Harris, trading for Tobias Harris, and then saying we've seen enough of this guy. We're gonna give him a max superstar deal. The dude is a fucking loser. Tobias
Well,
Harris is
he'll
a
be in town.
fucking
He'll be in town
loser.
tomorrow.
Good. I hope they fucking boo the shit out of him. I hope he gets booed so bad that he cries about it at the press conference. I fucking hate that guy. I mean, just talk about it. Like when they inked him to that 4 or 5 year deal, they basically said we're content with wasting 4 to 5 years of Embiid.
Yeah, that's wild. Honestly, that's wild.
And I think Paul George might be enough to push them a little bit. I don't know if they win a championship. They could probably get out of the second round if everyone's healthy. But what are we doing? What have we been doing? That
It's
fucking
weird.
Josh Harris, fucking snake. I fucking dislike that guy. I don't
Yeah, I
even know
don't.
why.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with him, but um, it's annoying. It's definitely annoying, and I think they're lying. I think they're pulling some shit. I don't know what it is. The fact that they are getting fined tells you, you know, some people will say that it's like, you know, it's because the NBA has it out for the Sixers. I mean, whatever. Maybe they do. Maybe they
Do
do.
you do you find any truth in that Evan Turner video I sent you today?
He wasn't talking about. So people were saying he was talking about Halliburton.
No, 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 no. He's talking about Halliburton. But what I'm saying is where him and Andre Iguodala are on the podcast, and he's like, "Well, I can't tell you."
Oh. So you're talking about this video. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this video, they're on some podcast. I don't know where it is. Kenny, if you could get that, I don't know it's on Facebook, but if you could get it over to Twitter and tweet it
I
somehow.
sent it to us, right?
Did you send it as a video? Like a screen grab or whatever?
Yeah, I'll grab it right now
All right.
and I'll
Yeah,
post
so
it.
so there's this video of them. It was Evan Turner, right? And Andre Iguodala.
Yep.
And whose podcast were they on? Do you know?
I felt like it was like I don't know. I'll look as soon as I watch this video.
Yeah, I can't remember whose podcast it was, but they were on a podcast and they were talking about how like the game they didn't say it was cryptic as fuck. They didn't say that the game was rigged, but they alluded to the fact that like you know this is this is entertainment. They kept saying like just keep in mind if you want to win by 5, you got to win by 25 because
Yeah. No,
this is
win by
entertainment.
one. Win by one.
Yeah, this is entertainment. So get ready. This is entertainment, and it's like that's fucking weird because like you could
It,
see it on their faces too. Like
it was truth, and they couldn't believe that he said it.
it looked like he said the thing that you weren't supposed to say. But it's so hard to believe that though, right? Isn't it? Isn't it hard to believe that?
Why lie about it though?
I don't fucking know. I mean, some of these guys get weird when they're not in the league, and then they and not in the league anymore, and then they fucking do weird shit, right?
Why can't I find this video? Did I?
I don't know if you sent it to me. I think you'd send it to me in an uh, Facebook message.
Or did I only send it to you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To me in Facebook Messenger.
Oh, you think? What am I doing? Messaging you on Facebook?
You always send me reels and shit on Facebook.
Well, a lot of that is because I want to go back to it.
Yeah, I figured that. I don't usually respond. I just watch them.
Exactly, right? Like you got to believe that if I'm looking into it, you're probably you're interested in it.
Exactly.
All right. I don't know if I can.
You're probably gonna have to screen record it and then like upload the video or something.
All right, so we'll have to do it. I'll
We
do it
could do it
before I go
later.
to bed.
But yeah, it's
Um,
interesting. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I
but
mean, I
we've
would
been talking about this and how the NBA is, and isn't the NFL truly listed underneath an entertainment corporation like the WWE?
like
I guess like their
I don't know.
taxes or whatever the fucking silliness is of it.
It's a good question. I don't
Um,
know.
listen, if it came out that sports are rigged, would anyone be that surprised?
It can't
Like,
come out.
no, I know, but I'm saying like in your heart, like before you were like you're on your deathbed and you go through the whole entire fucking thing and someone's like, "Hey, here's a secret for you." You know, like would you be fucking shocked? I don't think there's a world where I'm not surprised.
I, I don't even know how to answer that. I don't know.
Right?
I mean, I kind of would be.
Really?
I feel like I would be surprised. Yeah, I feel like I would be surprised that it was able to be done that well where no one else knew. I think.
What do you think like do you, this is dark and I apologize for what I'm going to do. Like do you think like the NFL murdered Steve McNair because he was about to fucking whistle blow that it was fake? Or like, all these athletes that die, do you think they like, they're like, hey, we hear you're about to talk about like who was that tight end for the Raiders? Rivera? And then his sister was like an actress on the Glee and she died swimming.
Yeah.
Like the NFL was like, hey, we told you to stop fucking around with us. I don't know. Again, that wouldn't I mean I'm living in this conspiracy world lately, and I kind of enjoy it because it's fun to like, you know what I mean, look at it like that. But I don't know. You really would be shocked, or more shocked that they got away with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think what I'm saying is like this would be like one of the largest cover-ups since like, JFK.
Which, by the way, if you've been there, no fucking way he shot that. No fucking way. I don't care what anyone says. You would have to be the world's greatest fucking. You'd have to work for like the CIA to make that shot. Just saying. No
Interesting.
fucking way. No fucking way a janitor at a fucking bookstore is making that
Interesting
fucking
choice.
shot.
Interesting choice of acronyms.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know what I know. I have enough birds around my property to know they're listening.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I would be shocked. Yes, but would I be shocked to know? Like, would I be shocked? I'd be less shocked to find out like that there were bad eggs, kind of like police officers, right? Like
Are you are you sure you want to touch that one on this pot? Flyers won 2-0.
no, I'm just using that as an example because I know it's one that everybody can relate to. Like, is every police officer bad? No, absolutely not. It's like not even close. It's like probably like a very small percentage that's not. But it's like saying that there's no bad eggs in any situation. So in the NFL or in any major sport, are there bad eggs? Are there bad actors? Yes. 1,000,000%. You think Pete Rose was the only guy that ever gambled on baseball? Come on, man. You can't be that naive. I'm not saying
Oh,
you, I'm saying people in general.
no, no. It's a fair comparison. It's just I don't know how. Like if it's happening,
I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know.
yeah. How are they doing it? Right?
It's like it could
do
be
we?
like it could be like the mob though. It could be like so it fucking convoluted that like these referees are worried that they're gonna like fucking find their fucking dog's
Wife
head
getting
head, head in a bag because they
they're gonna
didn't
walk. They're
call.
gonna walk in and their wife, and they're getting hit by like they're beating her with an Italian sub.
I mean, I was going dog, but yeah,
Yeah, that's a
okay.
little fucking too soon, my friend. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Meanwhile, my wife's texting me.
Meanwhile, you guys are already looking at dogs. Like, oh, listen, I get it though. I get it.
I mean, what are we supposed to fucking do, dude? Everyone's like, "Oh,
No,
you gotta
listen,
grieve.
I'm probably
You
gonna
gotta
get another
grieve."
one. before, honestly.
I mean, but it's such a silly argument. Like, what you guys got to grieve? What? How do you grieve a dog? It's
You
not.
don't.
You can't.
It's not
You
like that,
can't.
man. It's not like that.
No, it's not a person. It's not your wife.
It's
You know
not
what I
like
mean?
that. You
Like,
don't grieve a dog. Like you listen. It's the
no, you
time
grieve.
it happens. You
Yeah.
deal with the problem. You feel sad. You miss that, and that's the grieve though. It's not like a long extended. It can't be. It can't. You can't do that.
And also, like, and this is you have a
And
fucking
listen,
kid.
I love my dogs, man. I love them so much. It's gonna really be terrible. It's gonna be really
Yeah,
be terrible.
it's awful.
But we will have to find another dog because it's just
But look at this little cutie.
look at him. Look at him.
It's a girl because I'll never have a boy dog ever again. Fuck that. Her name is Burns, and she's perfect.
Look at that. See? So it's already
And she
happening.
won't be available for like a month and a half. So
Perfect
like
timing.
exactly my point. This other one,
Did you
it's
put your
like,
name in there?
yeah, she's basically ours if we,
All right, there you go. That's
The
good.
thing with the other thing is like, can we handle a puppy right now? Yeah. I got a 15-month-old puppy, okay? And he's testing my motherfucking patience. All right. So Jay said the funniest thing ever, and I know he didn't mean it to be funny, but it cracked me the fuck up. He was like, "Look, you're depressed. You're gonna be depressed, but do you want to be depressed and annoyed? I don't think that's what you want." And I was like, and he's right. Like I probably, you're gonna be annoyed, right? Like you're gonna be annoyed waking up and letting the puppy out at 2:30 in the morning when your kid's
Yes.
sleeping through the fucking night.
Yes.
So that's why I've been a big fan of rescuing 1.5 to 2-year-old dogs because they're exactly what you're going to get, right? And you can mold them. They're still young enough to mold and make them your dog. Like, without knowing it, I made Sheba a biter. I didn't know I was doing that.
Yeah, we're big rescue people.
You have to be. I mean, I get it. I'm not going to knock anyone because dogs at pet stores need to be adopted too.
No.
But if you rescue a
I mean,
dog,
to me,
you're getting
that's a
dog.
rescue. To me, that's rescuing too, honestly.
I don't like you fucking puppy mill people though, because I have to rescue your fucking dogs that made that puppy.
There's a big difference between puppy mills and breeders. It's not the same thing.
No.
People breed for bloodline.
Also, I'm just gonna say this, and you guys, whatever you people want to say to me, you're a fucking dweeb if you're like looking for a pure bloodline German Shepherd. That shit's so fucking weird. Like, what are you gonna do with it, Karen? Karen, what are you gonna do, Karen? What do you need a fucking 10th generation pedigree German Shepherd? Like, that shit's ridiculous to me. It's silly. Now, if you want to say,
sounds racist to me.
I don't give a fuck. If you want to,
no, not you, the people.
Oh, yeah. If you want to, if you like horses and shit, I totally get it. There's money on the line. You want to race. You want the best genetic horse you can fucking get, right? I understand that.
Well, all right, but
matters.
But what if you want a hunting dog and you're a hunter and the bloodline matters because you want a basically guaranteed thing that like when you take that dog out into the field, you're going to be able to train that dog to do exactly what you need.
I would argue that 9.5 out of 10 dogs will do exactly what you need them to do. There's always 1.5, maybe 2 that are fucked up.
Hunting is like a pretty specific thing. That's why I picked it.
My fucking buddy got a pointer, right?
Yeah.
They instinctively know they got the point. These dogs are ready for that. Like, you getting a 10th generation pointer is not gonna fucking make him get or her don't want to get fucking attacked for calling the dog the wrong gender. You're not gonna get fucking. You're not gonna that fucking dog is gonna pick up the fucking duck. You know what I mean? And like these hunters that have like pig hunting dogs, hog dogs or bear dogs, like. Those dogs, they don't give a fuck. Their job is to just fucking murder. So all I'm saying is you fucking weirdos that I was in this German Shepherd group like a while ago. And it was like, your dog, there's not enough. The angle of your dog's hips, I don't care if you have the paperwork, the angle of your dog's hips aren't inbred with a, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, Tom, go touch some grass, bro.
Yeah, people are nerds, man.
What do you, but what do they do that they need this? Like,
I don't know.
Make it make sense, people.
Unless they're out there trying to get ribbons or something.
Oh, best in fucking show, old Doodle Bop.
Oaks, fucking dog show.
But again, like, what are we talking about? Like what? See, what you're cool in the dog show circle? Like, whoa, whoopty fucking do.
I have no idea, dude.
Fucking losers,
Yeah, I have
fucking
no idea.
nerds. I have a question for you that's been
Okay.
eating me alive, and I keep forgetting to text everyone about this. So you're driving, right? And you see a neighborhood, like we'll say like a nicer neighborhood, and by that I just mean not
What's a
town.
nicer neighborhood, Kenny?
Oh no.
Uh,
I don't mean it like that. I mean like in your town there are neighborhoods, right, that have like $850,000 colonial homes, right? And they all wrapped in this neighborhood. And in the front there's normally a sign that says like Winmore Gate.
oh yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
And they're like
100. I
they're
know
like
one. I know completely what you're talking about.
okay, who takes care of those signs and the vegetation around it?
Well, it depends because I think most of those
Okay, wait,
places.
let me rephrase that. It doesn't
Okay.
have an HOA. So who takes care of it?
Right. So I was gonna say most of those places have an HOA.
Yeah, like Pinecrest is HOA.
if they don't have an HOA, it's fucking stupid that they have that sign out there. First of all, second of all, I don't know who would take care of it.
My immediate thought now, talking it out loud, would be there's got to be some fucking nerd in the group that's like, I don't mind spending money on this to make my neighborhood look beautiful, right?
Okay, maybe.
So that would be, like, or is there someone that goes around the community and they're like, hey, for $1, if you give me $1 and everyone gives me $1, we can get new mulch. We can hire, you know what I'm trying to say, and keep it up. I don't know, but it's been bothering me because I think what happened was I drove by one and the sign was like this, like barely hanging. I was like, you know what I mean? And then you go to the neighboring one and it's like the most beautiful fucking landscape. It's got like a
Yeah,
river rocks and like,
yeah.
like it's literally got a fountain in the middle of it. So it's been burning me up alive.
I feel like that is an older thing. So like, and what I
It's
mean by
not
that,
happening.
what I mean by that is like it's like older developments. You know what I mean? Like
90s,
yeah, like
2000s.
90s, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And because now when they do that, like it's usually like an HOA, it's like a maintained
Area.
area. You know what I mean? Like there's one that's right across the street from here, the golf court Applecross place. They have those signs and shit out in front of their
Yeah,
like main roads.
golf courses are hard though, right? Because like they got to do
Yeah, they
that,
have to
right?
have a certain level. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which I told
Um,
you that story, right?
yeah.
For all of you that don't know, I lived in Pinecrest for like fucking ever, like forever. My mom actually is back in Pinecrest after they moved out,
Wild.
and me and my my buddy and I used to dress in all black, and we used to lay down, and then we would rip all the. It would say like, "Congratulations, Pam and Jim, on your wedding." Like we would fucking steal all of those, right? Like, well, what would happen when we would drive by it and we would write it down, and then we'd go back to my buddy's house, and then we would find the most obscure piece of shit.
You've rearranged the letters into something.
Yeah, on the piece of paper, and then we would go back in all black,
You
and
guys
we
had
would
like a
lay
whole
there.
fucking plan. Like you guys spent time doing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had to look out across the street, looking for traffic left and right, and then two of us would always be flipping the numbers, and we would write the like it would say like Jim and Pam, and it always said like congratulations Jim and Pam, and we'd be like Jim and Pam have baby dicks. And it got so bad. We did this, dude. I'm no exaggeration. We did this like over 100 times.
How did you guys
They
not get caught?
Well, because we used to do it at like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. You
Well, and
know,
like what year was it?
2008, 2007, 2006.
Yeah, so it was like before. It was like before like cameras were
They
like
got
really
wonky,
popular.
you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But it got so bad that they sent, because I lived in Pinecrest, don't forget this. They sent letters to everyone, like in the mail. And then after, I don't know, I would say like when we left for college and stuff, obviously we stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. And they ended up putting a lock case on them. So now they're locked, or they're key and locked.
I mean, honestly, it's pretty great prank because it's like not hurting anybody, you know,
Wow.
but it's
Who cares?
hilarious. You know what I mean? It's like
Oh,
so
yeah, dude.
fucking funny.
Dude, it
Now,
was
when you guys were throwing ice balls at cars, like I don't know how I'd feel about that.
okay. First off,
I would literally murder you.
yeah, they weren't ice balls. Have some respect, okay? I was laying in the back of a fucking like in a backhoe and shooting a BB gun, which is even worse.
A
I'm not
BB.
proud of it. One
Oh
of the
my
worst
god.
things I ever did as a kid, and I'm not proud of this, but I am because it's fucking funny. So, do you remember, like, with your dogs, they take shits and you collect it until you get like enough shit, like in like grocery bags, and you just dump them in the trash can. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't throw it in the trash can every time because then they get stuck on the bottom. You know what I mean?
I mean, I
So
throw
we,
my dog shit into the woods.
yeah, well, that's what happens when you live where you live. Where you
But I
live
know
where
what
I
you're
live,
saying.
you
You
don't
put
have
it
to
in the
fucking out.
bag. You put it in the
Yeah, you
bag.
collect it
Yeah.
all, and then it doesn't smell like shit. It's in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
took all that poop, took all of it.
Ugh.
And I had a German Shepherd growing up, and there's a lot of poop. And this
Oh,
guy that
oh my
I
god.
worked with at Home Depot, this manager, was just a fucking total asshole.
All
I
right,
took
so he
all that.
deserved it.
He absolutely deserved it. I mean, he literally ruined my life as a 19-year-old. That's how bad this guy was. You know what I mean? Mind you, I was summer help. You know what I mean? I wasn't even like a
Oh, well,
full-time
they're the
employee.
ones you get treated the worst.
Oh yeah, like dirt. So I took all that poop and I painted his red Corvette brown.
Oh,
Smeared it all over the thing.
oh my god.
Yeah. And so that was a
I
good
mean,
time in my life.
that's actually pretty fucking funny, honestly. Did you
It
put gloves?
was.
I hope you put gloves on.
Yeah. We had like it was me and Sean. Sean and I used to do some fucked up shit, but yeah, we had gloves. We had the whole operations. We took the gloves to make
I
sure
mean,
no
again,
evidence was left
yeah,
behind.
that's something like it's really fucked up, and it's really funny, and it's not something that like can't be fixed. Like,
It's under $20.
right? It's not a
Just go to the
major.
car wash.
Yeah, it's not a. It's really fucking funny though.
Dude, we were terrors,
Y'all are
man. We
fucking
were.
menaces
It
of
was
fucking North Penn,
yeah, it was bad.
Lansdale.
But I tell you what, I'd do it again because I had a blast.
Did you ever go to the? Did you ever go to the Italian club in Lansdale?
No, I actually just drove by the VFW and I'm trying. How do I get in there? I gotta sign up, right?
Yeah, you can get it. You just walk in.
What? Just tell them I want to be a member.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
and
I
then you can
might.
go in there and get like $3 fucking vodka tonics, vodka clubs.
Well, and my whole thing is like, and you know this, like Chrissy and I are washed. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
occasionally
totally.
get some free time. Like when we put Sheba down, we went to the bar, right? And like our tab was $75 at noon, and we
Yeah,
had like
you had
3
like
drinks
three.
and
Yeah,
food. So like we were looking for like a little spot. So then when I drove by the VFW, I was like, shit, I should check that the fuck out.
you should look to see if you guys have a moose around.
I don't think we do.
No moose. All right.
I was a moose. I was a moose
Were you a
member.
moose in
Phoenixville.
Thingsville?
Yeah, for sure.
That moose
Plenty
was
of times.
wild. That moose.
I think it's gone, right?
Is it gone?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. I don't know.
But
There's
the
still
whole
a
thing's
moose. I think
fucked
there's
up.
still a moose down in Downingtown, but we don't do that shit, man. We don't. We don't. Do that.
Nah, I mean honestly, it's pretty rare at this point. Are you going to casino night?
No, because I'm going to a concert.
Oh my god.
So we can talk about that off the podcast. So,
Beeb.
so, we should talk about Penn State for a few minutes before we go.
What another roller coaster of emotions.
Unbelievable. I mean,
You were tough, David. You were
I'm-
tough.
I'm shocked.
You were on your negativity horse early.
I am shocked. I did not expect that. I will be honest. I did not.
That
Because
quarterback for Wisconsin might be one of the worst quarterbacks in the nation.
that dude is horrendous.
He fucking stinks.
If they, and that's what makes me a little worried, right? Like if they had any better of a quarterback, Penn State would probably lose that game. It's closer. It's closer.
It's closer, but the defense is so fucking good, man.
They're so good, and especially in the second half, dude.
It's so weird to me. It's like, what do they do? They have Smuckers,
I don't-
Uncrustables, and they're
Yeah,
like,
they're
we're
in
gonna
there.
be good today.
Did you see the stats on the Uncrustables?
Yeah. Did you see they just dropped a raspberry Uncrustable?
Dude, I've never even. I could count on one hand how many times I've had an Uncrustable.
You can't.
I'm saying I can. I don't like. I couldn't tell you if it's even good. Are they good? Well,
They're
it
fucking
sounds like I might need to buy a case of them next time I go to
dude. They're
BJ's.
fucking good. I mean, I'm a grape hater though, so like I don't know how the grape ones taste. I don't like
No,
grape jelly. I think it's a
I
total
don't fuck around with
fucking
grape.
joke.
Grape jelly is trash.
It's trash. And honestly, if you're using jelly, you're trash. It's
And
jam.
I know Gordy loves grape jelly, which is fucking
Ugh.
hilarious. It's so hilarious, dude.
What are we doing? It's a society.
Gordy loves grape jelly. I don't know. I don't use jelly. Jelly is a bad consistency. Use jam.
No, jam
Grow
or
up.
even or the preserves. Like preserves is like a
Preserves
little
and
bit.
jam are almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Jelly is
What
disgusting. Jelly is like fucking coagulated. And you can't spread it. It's like
sugar? Like sugar liquid.
it's like in cubes. Like it's fucked up. It's just
Yeah, I don't
it's
like
not
that
good.
shit.
No. Use
Bro, I'll
jam.
tell you what though. I've been thinking a lot about like if my last meal on Earth if I was a prisoner on like death row. I think I'm throwing a peanut butter and jelly in there regardless. Like I'll eat whatever it else is, but my last thing would definitely be the peanut butter and jelly would be the last thing I ate.
I'll tell you what. I had a peanut butter and jelly not long ago because I was making one for Grayson,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, peanut butter and jelly is underrated. It's good. It's good.
You know what the problem with the peanut butter and jelly is that you eat it too quickly because it's so fucking good. You're just like right in the
Inhale
mouth.
that fucker. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm at the point now where like I'm convinced that, and also like it all depends on the peanut butter too, right? Well, it's got palm oil and hydrogen fucking oil in it. What the fuck do you people want? What do you want from me? Huh? What do you
I
want?
don't buy that shit, man. It's bad for you. You shouldn't eat it.
Hey, I'm in remission.
Just get real peanut butter. God damn it.
I'm in medical remission.
I know. Congratulations. Go get real peanut butter.
I don't like when it separates and then I gotta get my knuckles in there and fucking turn it and spin it. It fucking
No,
pisses me off.
no. Here's the hack on that. Store the jar upside down. It works.
Chrissy fucking hates when I do this. I do this every so often. I get so fucking frustrated with the peanut butter, and then I'm like, we're gonna get natural peanut butter because why are we not eating that? You know what I mean?
I do. I like going to Whole Foods and getting the fucking butter, the peanut butter that comes right out of that fucking dispenser thing.
Look at this fucking guy. I like going to Whole Foods. For us poor people that can't afford Whole Foods.
It's not that expensive.
I'll be eating the fucking Audi.
Kenny.
I'll be eating the Aldi fucking peanut butter.
Kenny, prices are so fucked up right now that Whole Foods isn't even that expensive.
Yeah, I know.
It's the weirdest thing because yes, Whole Foods used to be the most expensive fucking grocery store you could pick. It's not like that anymore.
We've moved on to like Aldi Mayo, and we were really like hesitant about it because we're Hellman's people, you know.
I can't do that,
bro. It's the same fucking thing. It's literally the same thing. I'm telling you,
I can't.
It's the same exact thing. And you know how I know it's the same exact thing? You get that fat kid stitch like right under your ribs? I am fucking struggling.
I'll tell you what, it could be the same thing. Like they could private label it.
It is, and I'll tell you why. 2 reasons I know this.
Are you sure it's the same?
100%. Number one,
blind taste test, and it's the same.
Yes, number one thing. Well, number two, whatever. We use light mayonnaise, which I don't do when I go out. Like if we go out, we eat mayo, right? We use real mayo, but like at home, I don't care. Especially for tuna, because you can't fucking tell. I know you can suck my dick. You can't tell.
No, you can't.
The cap is that light blue Hellman's cap. It's the same exact fucking cap. Because the label is not light blue. It is yellow, dark blue.
Okay.
So I know for a fact it's coming from the same thing. And also, from my adventures of my career working at Clemens, I know exactly what Clemens produces and for who. Like pork product. And the list, it goes all the way from the nicest cuts of pork you could ever imagine, you know what I mean, that you pay premium dollar for, come from Clemens, all the way down to Aldi meat comes from Clemens. Your pork that you're eating from Aldi is from Clemens in this area. I don't know, like worldwide or whatever, but they have, because that's what you get at the store. You get access to the member store if you work there, construction wise. So I go in there and I see Jersey Mike's Capricola. That comes from Clemens. Aldi, Wegmans, I've seen Whole Foods. I've seen Trader Joe's, pork, bacon. All this shit. So that's how I know that there's a lot of this shit is all made by the same, you know, runoff shit.
Yeah, no, that's for sure a thing. Like Costco is this way. They have like brand, Kirkland or whatever. Like they have like deals with people. Like for sure, it's definitely a thing, no doubt.
And it's just, I mean, it's convenience, right? But the thing is like, for every 10 items you buy, 9 of them are the same, and then the one that isn't at Aldi, you're like, fuck me. This thing's terrible. You know what I mean? Like, it's utterly disgusting.
I'm sure there's some stinkers in there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
But when we were growing up, everything was a stinker. You know what I mean? Like, it
yeah.
was rare that it wasn't. Now, I would argue almost 80% of the shit there is just as good as the original.
I should go check out Aldi. We have an Aldi. It's probably not. I mean, it's like 10 minutes away.
Bro, I, I
I
get
heard
it.
they
I
have
know.
good. I heard they have good white cheddar popcorn.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
Came up on a Teams meeting the other day.
Yeah, dude, this is what we are as a society. No one's working. We're all talking about white cheddar popcorn from Aldi. No, but honestly, if you don't shop at Aldi, just give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Yes, no. So, have we seen real quick? Have you seen anything about Aller?
Who?
Aller?
Oh no, he's not gonna play.
You don't think so?
No, zero shot.
Okay, so I agree with you. And by
I don't
them,
know. I don't know if it's a torn ACL, but it's definitely like fucked up It's definitely fucked up though. I think it's gonna be a 2 to 4 week injury, and I think they're gonna go 4 weeks with it.
yeah, like when it's Monday and it's quote unquote too early to tell.
Yeah.
That tells me that he ain't playing.
No, I mean, I think a full week in practice with Bo
For Bula.
Prabula, I don't know. I think they can win.
Honestly, I like their fucking their feel right now, man. Kotel Nikki has completely changed their offense completely.
And also, Jay said it best last night or yesterday, whenever we were talking to him. They have the loss card in their pocket. They're allowed to lose this game.
They do.
And everyone,
they have one. They have a loss to play. Yes.
and everyone being like, "This is the biggest Ohio State Penn State matchup ever." I disagree 100% because the loss card. I mean, it would be detrimental to Ohio State. I still think Ohio State could get in.
I mean, if Ohio State loses this game,
it's going to be hard
at home.
They're not home.
That's no.
You mean on the road?
I'm sorry. Sorry. No,
but still,
it's still you can't lose that game. They already because they already have one. You can't lose.
And no one. And I think they
they
play?
Yeah, game day, and the Fox game show are both there Saturday.
Jay's going.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's going to be a pretty fun game.
It's not, here's the thing. I mean, Penn State can't Penn State if they lose, right? They can't pull the Penn State. So
right. So that's the thing. If they play that card again, against Ohio State, then they can't play that card against fucking Minnesota.
Which I have no problem if they lose this Saturday. I will be disappointed in the sense of like I would have just liked to beat Ohio State. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is not going to alter my feelings on this team. We all kind of agree that college football as a whole is very much a toss-up at this point.
Great product.
Yeah. So I don't think they can win a national championship this year, but I think they can contend. I think they could be an issue. They're not going to be an easy out.
I was a little surprised to see the line. I thought it would be.
What is it?
It's Ohio State minus 3.5.
I mean, there's value there to take Penn State on the money line, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, no doubt. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out like, all right.
And that fucking Will Howard is like, what a fucking little pussy. Well, they obviously didn't think I was good enough to play here.
I guess we'll see you on Saturday.
I've been a Penn State fan my whole life. Also, didn't he transfer into Ohio State?
I don't know his history. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he was probably at some like Juntico fucking school, and he fucking jumped over.
I'll find out. But yeah, I mean, I guess the line kind of makes sense the more I think about it, but I don't know. But like you said, you're right. There is some value to take Penn State at home. I mean, come on. I don't know. It's gonna be. I hope it's a good game with the defense. There's no reason why this should not be a good game. What Penn State number 3, right?
Yeah.
Ohio State number 4. I guess that's why people are saying it's like the biggest matchup ever. Because
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
oh, he played for Kansas State.
Yeah. Okay.
I just realized it when I saw his face. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's right. He's on his 5th year. He got a COVID year.
And honestly,
he's not even that good. Come on.
That's
man.
what I'm fucking saying.
This guy can't talk trash. What the fuck is he? What the fuck is this?
And this fucking guy has no situational awareness, fucking sliding down like that against Oregon. Like,
no, that was a bonehead play. Terrible play. Listen, I don't know. Can he come in and beat Penn State?
Of course.
Yeah, of course he can. With the weapons that they have, I mean, Ohio State's no joke. They have a good fucking team.
And my boy Fleming, I told you he has arrived. I mean, he did have that one egregious drop, but otherwise, he looked pretty good.
He did, and he's a senior, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gone. But you know what they'll do? They're just gonna recruit through the portal there. Obviously, you know.
I mean, they can reload.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
I mean, even their underclassmen are pretty fucking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're set up pretty good. So we'll see what happens there. 12 o'clock. Great fucking kickoff time.
I mean, what time would you want it at?
I got to go to a youth soccer game.
Skip it.
Skip the last game.
Who cares? What are you gonna do? Are you not gonna watch?
I'm not sure. I might watch the first half.
On your phone or
no, at home. I might watch the first half at home, and then his games at 2. It's the worst. It's the worst time for me. Honestly, 3:30 was what I wanted.
Yeah,
but yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter what I want. Yankees are up 6-4.
What inning?
I think it is the 6th inning.
So there's still time for them to blow it.
Wells hit a homer.
Right now?
Yeah, he's about to hit it right now. I just saw the tweet.
And now 7?
Now he's about to line up and hit it right here. No, it's 5-4 on TV right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's about to hit the homer. All right. So that being said, we will get rolling. Eagles at home this weekend against Jacksonville. I mean, 7.5 point favorites. They got to handle them pretty easy, right?
They have to. They better.
And again, if they struggle here, then we're right back to square one, right?
Yeah, this is kind of an important game.
It sounds weird, right?
Yeah, no, they're all fucking important now.
That was a fucking like majestic homer. Yeah, they are all important. But you can't have a team where you're supposed to maul them, especially after you've looked so good over the past couple weeks, and then lay an egg at home again. You know what I mean? Can't happen.
Yeah, no, definitely. You gotta come out and you gotta fucking punch them.
So they got to do it this weekend, and we'll see what they do. We will be back next week. I think I have Fox on Monday night, but I should be good for Tuesday night. And that is an election night, Kenny. So I don't know. Are we going to do the podcast on election night?
I mean, I don't fucking care.
I can't wait.
Either way.
I can't wait until this election is over. I'll just say that. I am so tired of watching. What is that?
I'll send it to you. It's going to be too blurry for you to read.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking funny.
All right. So yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for hanging out, and go Birds.
The
As always.
birds. Good night. Good night.
Goodbye,
Very nice.
everyone. Goodbye.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. You
Oh, happy
spooky
Halloween!
dicky.
Trick or treat.
Spooky, spooky,
Have
spooky.
fun.
Blah, 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 blah.